And for those of you who are new to our teaching raids, well, this applies to everybody, but I really want to emphasize for those of you who are new to our Saturday teaching raids that these events are for new folks, and we do encourage you to ask questions. If you're confused about what's happening at any point, please just chime in. Now is the time to ask questions. It's why we hold these events. I do have 3 of my guildies, Ecosian, Musk, and Harmonique, are from High Lords here to help out with questions and just to help make it a smooth run. But everybody else here is new or still learning these raids. Okay, we're all here. Let's get some buffs. Right this way. First thing I want to show you guys, here on the east side of the room is an elevator. It is broken, but you can turn it on from up above. So when people go up and around, they'll turn on this elevator, and for people who join the group late, they can just use that elevator as a shortcut to get to both of the raids. But we'll have to go around now. So, if you come in here, you joined a group in progress and you joined late and they tell you that the elevator's up, that's what they're referring to. Here we're going up. When I go back this way, guys, I ran past it. And back to the north and then just go to the east. Nice.
What you get for cheap now the first time.
Yep. Oh, see, I didn't realize that was you. I thought that was actually one of them dancing me. So, here, guys, since there are 2 instances, A lot of times when people are pugging this, just so that you're aware, if they're filling the group as they're clearing the way, they'll typically keep one person here to hold the first instance so it doesn't reset and all the Slayer mobs, don't reappear. So they'll turn the elevator on, which will show you where that elevator is when we go to Lord of Blades. And then they'll have one person hold the instance here while everybody else goes into the workshop and continues to clear the way to Master Artificer. Go ahead and step into the workshop. Since we're a full group, we don't need anybody to hold the instance. Here is one of your crafting stations for making alchemical items. And in this zone, there's a few objectives that we have to do in order to open the way to the raid. Don't run ahead here. Just step to about where I am and let's make sure everybody's here. Got a couple titans we're going to have to kill. Make sure you step past the doorway though. Otherwise you're going to get locked out by a barrier until these titans get killed. And just full disclosure, I'm definitely not an expert at these raids. I've run them a bunch of times, but I'm actually kind of new at leading them. And so my guildie Harmonique here has led him tons of times, so he's going to be checking my work in case I give you any bad advice.
I'm just here to take the tour.
Oh, we'll definitely be taking the tour.
See what happens. You can't sleep storm on.
I can tell you exactly what happens. You don't get invited back to any of the teaching raids.
Well, that's not fair. You telling me people wouldn't learn something?
Actually, the other 3 times that High Lords has hosted House C teaching raids, actually it was Harmonique here that I asked to lead them. So this is the first time that I'm leading them as part of our community teaching raids. But I've been leading them as our guild raids for a couple of months now. So here, there's a button you gotta press back here, and I think there's an explorer back here too. So I thought there was one. Yeah, scroll right here. 10th letter. And we're done here. That's all that has to be done on this side. And we're going to keep moving around. And here there's just a bunch of Warforged and then a named guy that we gotta kill. Then just pull that lever and hit this trigger. And now we head back out. Here's where the Titans were. There's where we just were, and here's where we're going to go to the raid. And that's where we entered the zone here. Okay, here we're going to have some cannons and some other trash mobs. And if you come to the right side, the north where I am,
Now, something a lot of people don't realize on this, it is completely possible to pull all these levers by yourself. All you do is break away when it's about 4/5 away on your pulling, and it'll actually still pull the lever. And then you go to the other lever.
it's tricky to time though. It's tight. But basically we just need these 3 levers on the wall pulled at the same time. So everybody grab a lever. And go ahead and pull them. There's a little bit of a window. And then once those 3 are pulled, then you can pull this one over here. Okay, and now we'll do the same thing on the other side. And once we do it on this side, that big crystal spinning in the center will explode. Right, go ahead and man the levers on the south wall and pull. Okay. That's all we have to do here. We could just head to the west now. And you can go ahead and shrine up, and this is the entrance to the raid. Now, I think we'll just do Epic Hard. Epic Elite, which we could totally handle, but we do have 8 people that are new to the raid. And there is a death timer. You know, you get the death waffle for 90 seconds, and I don't want people having to, sit there and wait to get raised, and I don't want it to be stressful, because if we did this on Epic Elite, we'd have at least probably several deaths. There is one point in which we're clearing a bunch of trash that it can get a little overwhelming, and I'll explain what part that is. So I think just to make it nice and smooth and more of a teaching opportunity, we'll just do Epic Hard. Go ahead and step in. We'll be getting all of our mana back during the end fight, so don't worry about using up your blue bar right now. You're going to get all your mana back. Alright, let's do it. Here we're just going to clear, basically be clearing trash until we get to the end fight. There's one optional that we're going to do. And once we get to the end fight, and that's the mainstay of the raid, I will explain how that's going to work. Now, I think this is the lockout point here. Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong? There is a lot.
There's one right up here, the main lockout point. I believe there is one kind of here. There's another one right where we get right before the other shrine.
Okay, and I'm not sure. So I wasn't sure where exactly the lockout point was and what triggers it. But I just want to let you know there is a lockout point, so you don't want to hang back at the door while everybody's running ahead. Everybody inside this room here, and don't talk to anything or anyone until we all get inside here. And this is just, we're going to talk to Tobin and then fight some mobs. Be a little bit of a fight here, no big deal. And there's a chest over here, a little lockbox. Once you get that, we're going to go back out the way we came to do an optional. And this optional, what does this? Just give us an extra chest, Harmonique?
Yes. It allows you to get gives you an extra chest. It also allows you to get one of the parts for upgrading the rune arms from that chest. Everybody's trying to do that, but it's so easy to do. Everybody always does it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we do have an arty here, so hopefully we can get Sunman what he needs for, well, shoot, you might not even have the Rune Armada here, do you? Are you new to this, Sunman?
Yeah, I don't have
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully, being the only Ardian here, that increases your chances of getting it. And since, well, when we do Lord of Blades, we'll do the optional that will allow us to get the other upgrade too. So hopefully we'll get you the Rune Arm and all the upgrades for it today. So at this part, what you want to do, folks, is just run around breaking pipes. You're going to see these sewer pipes. We don't have to fight anything else. Just break the pipes, and we're looking. It's just a certain random pipe that is the optional. And when we get the right one, a message will come up. And then once we get that, we can just head out the way we came in. No worries, Sunman. We're going to get you raised up when we get out of here. There's the DM message, so we can get out of here. Just go right out the way that we came.
Somebody have his phone.
I'm grabbing it. Now we're going to go right out the way we came and back through that room where Tobin was.
the sewer pipes that we were breaking. What did they look like? Because they were all broken by the time I got there.
There's some.
You ever do the quest in the marketplace? Part of the
The madness chain.
This is the last one. Yes, the madness chain there. Do you ever do that one? You know where you got those pipes to break when you're down in that kind of sewer that's overran by that fleshy stuff?
Yes.
Just like
those.
that.
Okay.
Yep, same kind of sewer pipes. Same graphic. Just like look like brown and rusty pipes.
All right. Thank you.
So there's a shrine back there. We won't need it.
That is the lockout point of that door back there locks out.
Oh, okay.
And this one up here will also lock out.
Yep, the end fight's coming up here, folks, so we're just going to step just inside this room to the right, which we're going to call home base. You'll see there's some like lighted pads. I'm going to step inside, and this is going to be home base over here. Don't go into the main part of the room. Just come over here to home base. Okay. And so once we start the end fight, then the door we just walked through will lock, and nobody will be able to get through that, even at the end of the raid. So you can see Tobin Decaneth up there in his bubble. And there are 4 phases to this end fight. And in the first phase, we're just going to kill a bunch of trash. There's going to be some like iron golems, and there's going to be some artificers, and there's going to be some drones that are floating around. And this part actually can get a little hairy on Epic Elite, especially if you have a bunch of new folks, because like the artificers do that stun shot, and people start getting stunned, and they do their blast that knocks people down, and then people start dying, and then there's death timers, and then more people die. So this part can actually be a little overwhelming on Epic Elite. I think there might still be a death timer on hard, but I'm not sure. And then after we kill all that trash, we're going to come back to home base, and then there's going to be some crystals that pop up. There'll be 4 of them, and one of them will be right here. And we're going to beat that down, and when the crystal explodes, it is going to lag you out. Like, there's so much lag, it's crazy. But when it explodes, we're also going to get like a burst of mana back. Sorry, something in my room fell, but I don't know what it was. But it was loud.
Best timer is 60 seconds.
Is it? Okay. So we'll break this crystal, and then we'll go north and work clockwise, like in a big circle. We'll go north, and there'll be a crystal there. We'll break that, and we'll move as a group. And once we break that, then we'll continue clockwise around, getting all the crystals, and then we'll come back to home base here. After all the crystals are destroyed, then there's a wave of Magefire cannons, and that part can also be a little bit overwhelming too. People can die there. I've seen a few people die there before, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start at home base and work clockwise around. There's going to be like maybe 6 or 8 of those cannons, and then after the cannons are all destroyed, then the final part starts. And by the way, when we're moving around at that point, during the crystals and I think during the cannons too, the floor is electrified. And the floor is electrified in shifting patterns. And I don't know how it works, but there is a way to be able to tell the pattern and be able to sort of direct people so that they're not on the electrified part. But because we're just doing it on hard, and even Epic Elite, the floor is not really an issue anymore. Back when the level cap was 20, it could definitely be an issue. We're going to heal through it no problem. But just want to show you, if you look above Tovin, you'll see there's like a grid of signal crystals. None of them are lit right now. But that, it's like the pattern up there is something that will tell you how, what the pattern of the electrified floor is. And so just, if you're interested in learning how that works, just go on the wiki. I'm not going to be teaching that here. As like I said, I don't know how it works exactly. I was reading about it recently, but I don't remember it. And it's just not necessary anymore because everybody's so high level and you can just easily heal through the electrified floor. So, okay. So at the very end, there's going to be 2 Titans that spawn. There's going to be a green one and a purple one. And the green one's the one that is immune to 8th level and lower spells, right, Dread?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you
The
said.
green one's immune to 8th level and lower spells, right?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And that includes heals.
And so,
So if you need to throw mass heal, things like that, to heal people in there.
oh really?
Yeah, if they're meleeing the aura, it just stops everything.
Oh, I didn't realize that that's how it worked. Okay. So,
Yeah, it's an anti-magic for it. Even debuffs you, so it causes like lag when you run in and out too, because your buffs are appearing and disappearing.
oh wow. Okay, so what we do is melees will be assigned to the green one, which will spawn at this end from the door. If you look to the east, you'll see a door there on the right side of Tovin, due east of us. That's where the green Titan will spawn, and then there'll be a purple Titan that spawns on the other side, and the purple one can be affected by spells, so we'll have casters and maybe like range tunes on that one. So Musk, if you could heal the melee group when we get to that point in the raid, that'd be awesome.
Alright, will do.
Okay, cool. And both of the Titans have to go down at the same time, so it's really important that we just prep them, and then we don't kill until the order is given. If we were to kill them out of sequence, then they'll just get right back up. And then once we kill them, we have to kill Tovin really fast. And as soon as they go down, he becomes vulnerable to like dots and stuff right away. Even though his shield will still be up, we can dot him up, and we need to kill him really fast. And if we don't kill him fast enough at that point, the Titans will get right back up, and we'll have to beat them down again. And I'm going to talk us through this whole end fight, but it's going to be trash, then crystals, then Magefire cannons, then the 2 big Titans, then we kill Tovin, and we complete. Any questions before we get started on that?
questions.
All right. Let's step forward to get things started. So for this first part, it's just going to be trash, and we can basically just split up. Don't go too far away from home base, though, so that the healers can heal you. But if you're self-sufficient, feel free to go a little bit farther.
Right here where I'm standing is where the melee Titan will spawn, the Titan that the melees will be on.
Alright, we're going to do crystals now. The first one.
Another way.
Oh, another way. Oops. I thought that seemed really light, but then I was like, oh, we're just on epic hard, so. So I thought there was just a lot less mobs because it was epic hard. And if you look up, you can see there's some Sentinel Guardians floating around. Sometimes people forget about them because they're so far up there. But this part won't advance to the next phase until all the trash is dead. Don't worry about your mana, because we're about to get it all back. Right now we want to meet at home base. And crystals will start popping up. Start beating on the crystal. And from here we're going to go north to the next one after this one explodes. Everybody north. And we're going to go east after this one and just make a big circle. The heal over time spells like Master Generate are really nice for this part on Epic Elite. It heals them as they're moving from base to base. Back to home base, we're going to have Mage Fire Cannons now. And we're going to do the same pattern. Alright, the big titans are going to spawn now. So we want melees to be on the south one, on the... Oh, it's the purple one. Excuse me, I misspoke earlier.
Yeah, see, I was wondering if you had those backwards. That's why I was showing everybody wearing the melee. So I was like, well, if the colors are wrong, then it don't matter.
And then the green one is what we want the casters on. Remember, we do have to prep them and kill them at the same time, so don't just take yours down. I think we have a lot more. Let's see, how many people do we have? Let's have range tunes work on the green one as well. And then we'll just see how we're doing. Okay, so the purple's already at 50. So, Harmonique and Quintina, why don't you switch to the green one? Green's at 50. Looks like purple's at about 30. Green's at about 25. Looks like purple's about 15 or 20. They're both about the same right now. Harmonique and Quintina, you can go back to purple. They're both about the same. They're both about 10%. Just keep working them down slowly. Be really careful with the dots, you know, on these guys, or any time you have to kill at the same time in any quest or raid. Don't kill purple. Make sure you don't kill purple. We're not ready on green yet. Okay, go ahead and take him down. Take him down. Kill, kill, kill. Great, now target Tovin. Hit him with range and with dots. And that is it. Congrats on your first Master Artificer, for those of you it's your first time. And help yourself to the chests. So this is where the base items fall, the base alchemical weapons and shield that you used, or blanks I could call them, I guess. Somebody got an alchemical Kopesh, nice. Here's a cerebral distillation unit. We only have one artificer, so I'm going to pass it to him.
Great axe, alchemical great axe.
These alchemical weapons are not bound. Here's your Tovin's hammer. On the right chest. So there's your Tovin's hammer, rune arm, and your first upgrade. And hopefully we'll get the second upgrade for you in Lord of Blades.